Welcome to the Stuff and Junk Show. We share our opinions on random subjects, from interesting news, social topics, pop culture, our likes and dislikes, things you've seen, heard, or read, or we did, and what we do. You know, stuff and junk. Hello, my name is Albert.
This is Jiaming.
Oh, that's it. Right? It's not great.
That's it, man.
I was like,
That's
waiting.
all we got. That's all we got, man. There's no chicks around. Just like our high school years. There's no chicks around.
All right.
Nobody else is here.
Well, me and Jiaming are going to do our classic two-man team of what have we been watching?
I don't think we should put that. Phrasing, man.
Title of the episode, two-man team. All right. But anyways, what have you been watching? Jiaming, why don't you go ahead and start?
I want to start with the fact that just zoom back a little bit, big picture. This is, by the time you hear this will be like the official start of fall, right? So
as of this recording, we are officially the second day of fall.
Yeah, second day of fall, right? So anyway, so all the film festivals have been kind of like come and gone. All the the Academy Award movies are starting to come out. So I think it's time to get serious. It's starting to get serious about when we think about the best movies of the year, or like a top 10 list. And coming into this episode, I only had two movies that I would say I'm pretty sure will make the top 10 movies of the year list for me. The one being Didi.
But you said that last in August, didn't you?
Right, exactly. It's been a very weak year, which will be another one of my points. Then the other one would be the Twilight of Warriors, Kowloon City Wall, and whatever, with the martial arts movie and stuff like that. So to me, those are two locks. There's a lot of like honorable mentions, Challengers, June Chu. Oddity is the scariest movie. Stranger Darling, whatever. There's a lot of really good movies, but for the most part, I think there's only two movies I would lock in as a top 10 contender and stuff like that. But I'm happy to say there's two more movies that should make the list this year. The first one, they were both foreign movies. First one is How to Make Millions Before Grandma Died. Have you seen this yet?
So you watched it? No, I have not seen it.
The Thai movie. I highly recommend this movie.
Really?
It's kind of what I don't want to give too much away, but basically what the title is.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of this movie, it's like a tearjerker. I'm just crying, bawling my eyes out. Stuff like that. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful Thai movie. It's wonderful.
I think the reason why I was gonna watch it and then I stopped going to watch it because I think the trailer pretty much spoiled the whole movie. It's kind of thing. Yeah,
that's why I don't want to say too much. But as an Asian American myself, it's somebody that's very related because in the Asian community, people always discuss like, hey, Asian people are very kind of like family oriented, and then other cultures will say, hey, every family, very focused on the family and stuff like that. But there's nuances, the differences. One of them is, as your parents get older and grandparents get older, there's an expectation in Asian communities where they kind of move in with you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to take care of them and stuff like that. And that's what the kind of movie's about. There's a lot. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to get too much into it, but the expectations that's based on that kind of that kind of cultural expectation, it gets all played out. It's really wonderful and stuff like that. And I want to mention another movie. Did you see the movie Thelma from earlier this year?
No,
June Squibb.
June Squibb on a motorcycle, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that's like the American version of almost the same story as the elderly grandmother who's can't take care of herself, and the son is like a lead character. But this is the Asian version of it, and it's very different. This Thai movie is much better, much more complex, much more nuanced, and all that good stuff. But it's a wonderful movie. Big thumbs up. If you get a chance, watch. What do you call it? What's the title now? How to Make Millions Before Grandmother Dies. It's a tearjerker. You'll bawl at the end. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. Okay. And I haven't seen the trailer for it, but hopefully there's some stuff I don't think they gave away. Just in the big picture, they kind of gave away, but you kind of get where it's going. But yeah, it's a great movie though. Okay, that's number one. Then number two, the other great movie I saw recently is another foreign movie. It's called Kneecap. It's an Irish movie. Have you seen Kneecap?
I saw it on the listing. Did not watch it.
It's a wonderful movie. It actually came out earlier this year. It kind of came and went, but it kind of lived on in social media, PVOD, whatever, with streaming at home, whatever you want to call it. So they reissued it in theaters. I caught it a couple weeks ago. It's a wonderful, wonderful, thoughtful movie and stuff like that. Again, it's one of those movies I don't want to give too much away, but it's a very political movie. But it also teaches you the lesson that everything is politics and stuff like that. Everything. This is something, again, I don't want to give too much away, but something that every human participates in their daily life is a subject of this movie and stuff like that. And it's wonderful. A wonderful, wonderful movie. Kneecap. It's about Northern Ireland. It's a part of Northern Ireland where they have an uneasy truce between Great Britain and that part of Ireland. Would I think technically England still kind of occupies that area in Belfast. Anyway, it's wonderful. If you get a chance, see Kneecap. Great. So that's my two movie recommendations to start off this podcast with.
Oh, are you going to have more movie recommendations later, or are we just sticking with
Let
two?
me see. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention a couple other things, but yeah.
All right, here I'll do two more. Two that I can add to it. So there's this Netflix movie called Rebel Ridge that came out kind of quietly
I know.
earlier this month,
Mhm.
and it's quite solid actually. It's
Yeah.
really quite solid. And the easy ways to describe it is it's Rambo but for the modern day, but at the same
Mhm.
time it's not because the way the main protagonist acts like it's not like Rambo, but the situation he's in somewhat similar, but the way the movie handles it is that the action sequences, and believe me, there actually isn't a lot of action sequences, but when the action is there, there's a certain factoid that somebody pointed out to me that I realized, wait, that's true, huh? And I don't know if this is gonna be a spoiler or not, but
Let me hold the earphones away. Hold on. Let me know when I can come back in.
he doesn't go for the kill. Okay, you good, Jiaming? You good?
Over there?
You good? Yeah.
You said this thing?
I said the thing. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's a spoiler, but it's very much anti-modern in terms of like the way he attacks the antagonist, and it's a solid movie. It's definitely a solid movie. You should check it out. The other movie that I saw earlier this month that kind of surprised me because I kind of enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, even though the critics didn't like it, is The Killer's Game. The Killer's Game, starring Dave Bautista, right? So,
okay. It took me a long time to think about what The Killer's Game. What's that?
It's kind of like a high concept assassin movie, thinking above, but at the same time, it's kind of like a video game. The way I described it was like, if this was a plot for a video game, it would be perfect. Because it has like colorful characters kind of thing. Like each assassin is a different kind of character, so to speak. And the action is kind of wacky and it's full on rated R, right? So lots of CG blood and dismemberment and whatnot kind of thing. And if you're into this, it's kind of like what I would describe like the B action movie that you would find in Blockbuster Video, like you never heard of it, like, hey, what's this? This was interesting. You kind of just put it in and you're like, oh, this is kind of fun. So it's not original, but the more I went through the movie, the more I was kind of enjoying it. So it knew what it was. It didn't try to be more than what it was, and it was quite enjoyable. I thought. That's two more movies. Go on.
Okay, a couple of movies. I'm not mentioning these movies just solely based on recommendation. These are just movies I've seen recently. We're just going through some movies I've seen. I saw the latest Kevin Smith movie, 4:30 movie, and after seeing that movie, I think he should stick to podcasting and also doing He-Man cartoons. I
thought that was a charming movie.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. There's four main characters that are all kind of boring and not very interesting.
Oh, come on.
I can't imagine the lead character growing up and actually making Clerks. You know what I mean? It's just like the kids are dull. There are a couple of laughs, a couple of chuckles. There are a couple of moments where there was a little of that sparkle, a little magic. I thought the best character, or the best kind of like the movie should have been about, is probably Sam Richardson's character and stuff like that. Sam Richardson's character for a little bit. He has a great scene, has a great storyline. His little bit with Ralph Garman. Yeah. I thought that was one of the moments where like, hey, this is it. This is the movie. And also the other moment that I had that little bit of that magic was actually seeing Jason Lee. There's only two examples. I feel like the actor and the dialogue in the movie kind of all came together. You know what I mean? Those moments, that's like Kevin Smith's movie. Other than that, man, it's rough out there.
I thought it was quite a charming movie. I even saw it at the 4:30 screening in my movie theater. The 4:30 movie.
I get that, but that doesn't.
I liked it.
Quality of it.
I liked it. So
it felt like kids cosplaying as Kevin Smith characters and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, this is kind of suitably based on his own life, so.
He should have made himself more interesting and stuff like that. I can't imagine like that again. I'm making the same point over. I can't imagine that kid grew up to make Clerks. You know what I mean, he's the character's just dull and doesn't have very opinion. He's like all nervous and just like spazzy and stuff like that. You know what I
He
mean?
hasn't grown to it yet. Yeah,
I
he
don't.
hasn't
I don't.
grown
There's
into
no
it yet.
potential. There's more spark. There's no spark there. Though. And also, I'm gonna do a thing where I mentioned earlier with Thelma versus How to Make Millions Before Grandmother, comparing both two similar movies. The movie Dee Dee is also kind of very similar in the same kind of vein of this movie. Dee Dee is much of a movie. Just see Dee Dee and stuff. Okay.
It's
So the other
different kinds of movie. Come on, different kinds of movie. No,
I mean,
are.
I know one tried harder. I think that's what the difference is. You know what I mean? I actually cared and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You didn't like the fake movie trailers in the movie? Come on.
I thought one of them was exceptional, but I don't want. It's kind of a dirty joke. I don't want to mention it and stuff like that. But the one with his kid, I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, I mean, the one with his kid. I keep thinking like why would you put her in that role? But okay,
yeah, the other ones are the one with like Jason Biggs. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are we doing?
I liked the movie. I thought it was charming.
I think you should do better. What do you call it? The other movie I saw, the reissue, the 10th anniversary of Whiplash. Like I never saw Whiplash when it first came out and stuff like that.
Wait.
Maybe
Have you never seen Whiplash at all?
No, never seen Whiplash. The thing is, some of his movies.
Wait. You've never seen Whiplash?
No, I've never seen Whiplash. No,
I thought you did.
No, I've never seen Whiplash. I've never seen Whiplash. I was get to my point is he sometimes opens his movies like in October, and October movies it's kind of vague. It's kind of a blind spot because I go to China and stuff like that. So I was in China. I'm sure I was in China when this opened in October, whenever it came out and stuff like that. So when I came back, I never saw it. Same thing with his Moon movie, the First Man on the Moon, whatever the thing with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
I didn't see that as well. It's a blind spot. So I saw Whiplash. The 10. I didn't think much of it. I thought I think the lead character is very boring and stuff, very basic and stuff like that. And I've seen better versions of it. I'll say this. My opinion might be affected by the fact that this movie, the character J.K. Simmons plays, you've seen it in parody and you've seen it in social media. So maybe, you know what I mean, that colored my view of it and stuff like that.
He won Best Supporting Actress for this.
I understand that. But the thing is, I thought the main character, the Miles Teller character, boring, kind of basic bitch and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not very. And then J.K. Simmons of it all, he's fine, he's great. But I've seen different versions of this that had more stakes, that were more interesting. I'm thinking about the Great Santini, and I'm thinking about what do you call it? Full Metal Jacket. You know what I mean? Those are better versions of this kind of character and stuff like that. So, not a big fan of Whiplash.
Wow, this is one of the few movies that I literally rewatched, and I don't rewatch a lot of movies, and this is the ones that I have rewatched.
And also maybe I'm not a big fan of jazz. Like there's just like 6 hours of jazz. I'm like, I don't get it. Is he rushing? Is he drag? I don't know. I have no idea. Is this bad jazz? Good jazz? I can't. I know a lot of it's just mind games. I'm sure it's you know what I mean. It's not really about the music itself, whether it's good or not. It's a mind game. But I understand that. But I'm like, I'm listening to music. I'm like, this is just fine, good, whatever. Anyway,
Shih Tzu.
And so Whiplash, I give it if I were to score it retroactively go back 10 years, I give it like a B.
Oh come on,
a B.
Oh come on! It's like I think it was my top 5 that year actually.
Well, you should develop better.
I love this movie.
You should develop better taste, is what I'm saying. I think that's the conclusion of this.
No.
And the last movie I saw that I recommend that is Transformers 1.
Oh yeah,
Transformers 1. I saw it over the weekend. I did see the first trailer of this, and I was very, very worried. Number one, I thought it was too jokey, the trailer. And number two, I didn't think the animation really looked that vibrant, that interesting. Well, I saw the movie. I'm happy to say they put all the jokes in the trailers and stuff like that. So the movie itself, when you see the hour and 40 minutes, the jokes are more spread out. So it wasn't too jokey. It was just fine. And the second act, the twists and turns of the movie, really, really wonderful. And the direction itself, I looked it up later. Apparently, this is the same guy who directed Toy Story 4, right? And then he also worked in Pixar for like 15 years or something like that. And the director directed the shit out of this movie. And so big thumbs up to him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So the movie itself, I still think, that some of the Transform designs are a little busy. You know what I mean? It's like too many lines, too many gears.
You can't say they're busy when the Michael Bay Transformers exist. Okay.
I know he set a horrible low bar and stuff like that, but I just think I maybe it's the '80s kid in me, but I just like it
Sure.
a little bit more simpler, a little bit more, a little less busy. You know what I mean? If the design was a 10, I would say let me dial it back to 8. But anyway, that's a minor nitpick because the actual visuals, like I said, the directing of it all is wonderful. He's a director. You can tell. It's hard to describe on a podcast, but you can tell when a director, especially animation, when he gives it a really great effort because you could count the number of shots that he uses in this movie. You know what I mean? Because every shot in animation, you have to put a lot of work. You know what I mean? And the shots that he picks, the angles, all that stuff, all the different shots, you can tell he has a vision. He's worked in animation. He's worked in good animation for a long time. He's a very skilled and very talented director. So big thumbs up for Transformers One. That concludes the movie section of my of the podcast.
Section, even more.
A couple more.
I also enjoyed Transformers quite a bit. The only thing that I have minor nitpicks on is how they really stretch the logic on why they're called Autobots and Decepticons.
Yeah.
Besides that, I rather enjoyed it. This is somebody who grew up on the 80s Transformers, right? The Generation 1, the OG. You know, but I wrote this on thread, and I'll repeat it here on this podcast. I wrote down here, you know how there are people who complain about a movie being a reboot, or how it's not story accurate, or how it doesn't follow canon, or how it changes the characters, etc. Well, Transformers 1 does all that, and is still very entertaining. Now, are those people still complaining? Yeah. Just goes to show. You know, when people complain, they complain. But when there's an exception, it just shows to show that they didn't really need to complain about.
It's really good because considering all the things I think the writer and the director had to do, he had to fit it into like this weird 40-year continuity of toys, various television shows and movies and stuff like that. And he also had to repurposed some of the catchphrases into a more character to make it more character and story driven. I thought that was really smart, very very well done. I thought he did. Given the limitations of what he had, or the things he had to work with, they did an excellent job. And stuff like that.
Exactly.
Big thumbs up. The only thing that also kind of saddened me that I'm never going to get back as the '80s child is like I'm never going to get Megatron that transforms into a gun anymore, right?
Yeah,
that's never going to happen.
It never made sense. It never made sense.
It doesn't. Of course, it doesn't make sense. Of course not. Why would everybody else transform to planes and cars, but he transforms into a gun? Of course, it doesn't make sense. But the whole visual of it, he transforms into a gun, and then Starscream has to use and shoots them and all that. You know, it's wonderful. It's crazy. But anyway, in this world, and maybe it's for the best, but I don't know. But in this world of guns and those society guns, we're never get Megatron as a gun anymore. And even though Optimus Prime had his classic cannon gun in the Bumblebee movie, I don't think we're gonna get that gun back anytime soon anymore, right? You know what I mean? That's not coming back.
That could always happen in the sequel.
Can it? Because they had a chance to do it. They made a reference to it visually a little bit, but it was like a plasma rifle, and you know he ended the fight not with that plasma gun. I won't spoil what he used instead, but still,
but it was a shout out to Generation 1 fans.
I know,
that's for sure.
I know, but still. One thing is I'm pro gun.
Apparently so. One joke that I did like, and this is not a spoiler, is Badassatron.
Oh, I like the other
Badassatron.
I don't want to spoil it, but it also involves Bumblebee and refers to that actor's previous work on television.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, Transformers 1, quite enjoyable. Check it out.
It's really good.
Yeah. You already mentioned some of the stuff that I was going to mention. I think the only last movie for me to say, really, well, there are other movies like Speak No Evil or Never Let Go. But I don't need to.
Speak No Evil is fine. I saw it. It's really good.
It's good. It's definitely the Hollywood ending compared to the original. But
it's one of those. But it's one of those movies where like I didn't see the trailers, and I heard some podcasts talking about like if they saw the trailer and they kind of disappointed because the trailer gave away the ending. I'm like, I see the poster walking in. I see the first 5 seconds of the movie. I know what the twist. I know where this is going. So it's like to me, it was like an hour and 20 minutes of just waiting for the thing to happen. But once it happens, I'm all in. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That last third act and stuff. I'm all in. I'm
But
really into it.
even so, even if you never saw the trailer, the way the movie is directed, you can
Yeah,
kind of tell they were leaning that direction because you can feel the
yeah,
tension already.
yeah.
Okay,
You like I said, you see the poster with what do you call what's the guy's name? Like, yeah, look at him.
yeah,
Yeah, he's clearly a dick.
and
And
I
also
and I will
the two
say,
twists and the second twist, you can
okay,
tell for the first 5 seconds. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
and I will say that I appreciated for once, not for once, but I
Mhm.
appreciated that this did go for the Hollywood ending because if
Yeah.
you know how the original movie ended, you don't really need to see it again. So
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
actually I did try look. I did try looking up the where I could stream the original Belgium movie. I couldn't find where we could stream it. You know, I assume given how this one ends, and people have said the other one's darker. Like, hey, I
yeah.
don't instead of A, B happen and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah,
I mean, this movie kind of implies where it would have gone,
right.
but yeah, you know, I'm glad. You know,
I'm
in this
also glad
case, I didn't need the sad ending. So
yeah. Again, I don't know how the original ending, but I do feel like this one's kind of splits the ending because it splits the difference. I mean, because one character does that one thing, and that's pretty, that's pretty gnarly. You know what I mean?
right,
It's like
right.
it's like, that's fine, not that big a deal.
But here, let's see.
What are the movies
You
you
can
mentioned?
watch this on Shudder, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The movie that I will mention, and this is one of the ones I recently watched, and I've been kind of like still in my head, is The Substance, which you haven't watched yet. I
Oh,
understand,
yeah.
and I don't really want to spoil it too much. And I will say, apparently, the marketing team also doesn't want to spoil it too much because I finally saw the trailer. Never saw the trailer until after the movie, and I'm like, oh, good for you guys. You didn't spoil everything that you need to spoil. So yeah, The Substance. The only slight spoiler that I would say has more to do with it's more to do with the
Let me hold
warning.
the headphones away.
It has more to do with the warning because I think it's fair for me to warn you all because I even knew this before the movie. It does have body horror. Okay, if
Hang on
body
back.
horror is not
Okay.
a thing that you like, I would not recommend this movie. But if body horror is a thing you like, go watch this movie, especially on the big screen. This movie is one of those movies that are meant to be seen on the big screen. There's a lot of wide angle shots and they use it in very, very good fashion. There's a lot of close up shots and they use it in very, very good fashion. This deserves to be seen in a big screen. So if you have the stomach for it, go watch The Substance in theaters. All right. There you go. And that's my movies that I will mention for this episode.
I'm back.
You're back.
Okay. And there's a couple of minor things. What do you call it? You know Roy Wood Jr.?
Yes.
He was a correspondent on Daily Show.
Mm-hmm.
When he found out that he wasn't going to get the permanent job, he kind of left the show. He started a new show on CNN called what was it called? Have I Got News for You? It's a fun show. They kind of like recap the news. It airs every Sunday. It kind of recaps the week's news and stuff like that.
It airs on Sundays? Are they literally trying to compete with Last Week Tonight?
I don't know what time it airs, but yeah,
because Sundays is Last Week Tonight.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, Last Week Tonight is a comedy, but this one is he's a host, but there's also two like the two other comedians that are with him, and they kind of recap the news. They have a game show aspect to it and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's just like a rapid fire kind of a pace as opposed to Last Week Tonight, which does like a deep dive on a single news story and all that. But yeah, it's a good show. There's only 2 episodes, but you can find that on HBO Max. It's worth watching. I like it. I like the guy.
Okay. Oh, it's also on Max. Well, same thing with Last Week Tonight. So I guess sure.
Yeah.
Back
technically, it's a CNN show, but
I see what you mean.
HBO.
Yes.
Yeah, HBO owns Max and stuff like that. Also, I mentioned I finally finished the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a pretty good show. 10 episodes. It's kind of like it's supposed to hold you over until the next movie and stuff because it's the same cast as the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Forgot that happened. Oh yeah, you're right. That's another thing I need to watch.
Yeah, it's a good show. 10 episodes. 10 episodes, and it kind of breaks away from American animation in the sense that it's not like the episodes are not like standalone. They're actually like more like Japanese. It leans more toward Japanese kind of storytelling, whereas like 5 episodes carries a single story and stuff like that. It's good. It's good. Good. It's a good. It's a good show.
Okay. The only TV thing I'm gonna mention is I started rewatching, not rewatching. Many years ago, I used to watch The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. I stopped
Mhm.
at season two. I finished season two and never continued on. Three and four came out. Never gave it a chance to watch it. So me and my wife are watching it right now, season three. And it's like it's the show. If you're a fan of Umbrella Academy, it's pretty much the Umbrella Academy. And I didn't really think about it until now. But you know how they say that the show Entourage is just a bunch of like jerks and assholes that you're
Mhm.
watching
Yeah.
go on their day. And this is like the version of that for superheroes, essentially. And that isn't even apparent with the boys. The boys is like a totally different flavor. But it feels like to me the Umbrella Academy is like this is a misfit of jerks and assholes and slackers or whatever who just happens to be superheroes. And
Oh, okay.
it's a weird feeling watching this show nowadays. But it's like I'm going to finish True. I'm already committed to see where this goes. But yeah, that's what I'm currently watching. So nothing really super current that I'm watching. Not really, I guess. Yeah, not really. So because most of my time is watching movies. So yeah. Oh, and YouTube. Lots of YouTube. Okay. And that's my wrap for TV. That's it? We're good?
I think that's pretty much it.
All right, because
I mean, how long was this podcast?
we do have another segment.
God damn it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. You can find this podcast on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at Stuff Junk Show. You can find me, Albert, on Instagram and Threads as well at Albert5x5.
You can find me on social media, JAMNGLOU.
Music has been provided by Gloomy June. Updates, contact info, ways to support us, and everything else on the show notes found on whowhatwhereswhy.com. Before we go, let's give our 8 listeners some recommendations for this week. Jiaming.
My recommendation is actually somewhat tied up to my movie pick. I was saying like, hey, it's fall. What do you call it? Time to get serious about movies, best movies of the year. But other thing you should get serious about during the fall time is what do you call it? Get your flu and COVID shots. I made arrangements to get my COVID booster, whatever you call it, this Saturday. I'll tell the people at CVS, hey, go and give me the flu shot at the same time. So hey, just a quick reminder, even though COVID doesn't really make the news, people don't talk about it very much. And I looked at the stats. Actually, they said where we are this year versus where we were last year, we're in a much better place. This time last year, COVID was like the fourth leading cause of death in the United States. This year is 10th. There was a spike. Like during the summertime, a lot of people die and all that stuff. But still, what I'm trying to say is you should still be vigilant about your COVID shots, get your boosts, also your flu shots. You know, take care of yourself, take care of your family, all that good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And my recommendation is with the election season coming up and politics and all that stuff. I actually
wait. There's an election coming up. I didn't know. I wasn't tapped in like that.
If you are interested, there is the YouTube channel Jubilee has released a couple of like videos, some videos kind of related to the election, and very fascinating, very long because they're like some of them are like an hour and a half long, an hour 42 long.
Oh Jesus Christ!
But essentially, this is the premise. Can 25 liberal college students outsmart one conservative, which is Charlie Kirk? That's one video.
Oh, right. That made the rounds on social media today. I've seen the highlights of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one was, can one woke teen, how dare they call him woke? Can one teen survive 20 Trump supporters?
Mhm.
That's the other one. And the other one they also released is Trump versus Harris 2024. So yeah, Jubilee knows where the clicks are going to come from. So here they are. And you know what? I guess it's for the common good. You know, you get to see people's different opinions about stuff, and some people are just stupid. But so, yeah.
I appreciate the college kids just like because I seen highlights of it on Twitter. I like seeing Charlie Clark getting embarrassed and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the thing is, someone also mentioned like, hey, this isn't how like this isn't, you know, people, this like some of the stuff should be not suggested like in a game show or screaming or like a clock kind of, you know what I mean? It's not like speed chess, you know what I mean? it's like it's not. It shouldn't be like, hey, whoever said the thing fastest, or you know, what I mean, should win. But still, I don't know. I still kind of dig it.
Yeah,
I can see.
the thing is though is that a lot of people have said that there's got to be some way to talk politics to younger people, right?
Right.
Gen Z, Gen A, whatever. And this is
I do appreciate the engagement, though. Yeah, I do appreciate the engagement.
this is one way of doing it. This gets their attention. So the fact that they're doing it is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of putting Charlie Kirk in this kind of platform where he gets to say whatever he wants to say and act like they got it wrong and he got it right, whatever. So but at the
I
same
will say this: those kids, I'm not, but those college kids, they do more pushback than mainstream media and stuff. My
they
biggest
do,
problem
yeah,
with
they
mainstream,
do.
a lot of the CNN stuff, MSC, they do not like a lot of fact checking, a lot
Yeah.
of pushback. And those are the ones. Those I'm more worried about.
They're
I'm
too
more worried
polite.
about those. Yeah, I'm more worried about Fox News, CNN, and these kids. The kids are gonna be all right, man.
Yeah. No.
You
I'm
know what I
not, I'm
mean?
not concerned about the kids. I'm concerned about like the Charlie Kirk character.
Yeah.
It's like he'll spout his like mashed up facts to try to make it his fact, and then the kid will say something that if you follow the news, you can see that the kid is correct, but it never seems like he agrees. He never seems like he got owned. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, you're never gonna catch him in a moment where like, because the thing is that implies with your way of thinking might be thinking like he might have a moment of reflection, of introspection, something like that. Say,
yes,
you know what I mean? Because that would mean he has character. You know what I mean? you know what I mean? But he will never be that. You know what I mean? This whole thing's a sham and a scam and stuff. So he's just gonna plow forward, even though those kids hit him with all these facts and stuff like that. You can't expect a moment where he goes, you know what, kid, you're right. Women should have the right to choose, have their own autonomy and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. But still.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I think this is the one where I think this made the round. This made the round on Twitter. Where is this the interview? Is this the thing where he says like if his daughter gets raped, that he would want her to carry it to term or something like that?
I did not see the clip, but it's probably from there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably from there. I think so. Yeah. So that's about as good as gotcha as you're gonna get. You know. So.
Yeah. All right, there we go, folks. This is episode 810 of the Stuff and
We did it
Show.
again.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this podcast has been a Who at Worst Wire production. No, but seriously, I know Anna also mentioned she was going to watch it. Are you going to be okay watching The Substance? Is this the kind of thing that you'd like?
What are you talking about? I watch pretty much any movie and stuff like that. You know, I'm not very discriminate. As long as it has some sort of like, if there's some sort of buzz coming out of award season, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about more the grossness of it all.
I don't give a rat's ass about grossness and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay, all right. I see. I thought Anna did.
I think that's Anna's. I'm very desensitized at this point.
Oh, okay.
I don't really give a rat's ass.
That's
you know
fair.
what I mean?
That's fair. I mean, at a certain point, there's a scene with a lot of blood. A lot of blood. So much blood.
Going into it, people said Long Legs is the most horrifying thing ever.
No, who says that?
This is going to give you nightmares.
Who says that?
I saw it and I slept fine. You know what I mean?
Okay, first off, Long Legs tries to scare you. This doesn't scare you in that traditional way.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like the body horror of it all. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different, you know.
Seeing body horror, I've seen The Fly one. Okay. I saw what do you call it? What was that other one? That slasher movie from In Violent Nature. I thought that was kind of disturbing.
Did you like that?
Not really. No.
Me neither. Like a lot of critics, I think a lot of critics like it because of the gimmick of it all. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, but that's all it has. It just has that gimmick. It doesn't have any substance.
It just seems mean towards women and stuff. That's my other thing.
But at the same time, that one kill,
I know,
was pretty genius.
It just feels like the deaths. I mean, they're gonna say, "Oh, men and women died in this movie," but just like it seems like the women's deaths seem longer than the other ones. It just seemed mean and absurd. And then the ending where they do that thing where it stretches for like minutes at a time. Where like I kind of know where the guy's not gonna show up. I was like I don't know.
I
Did you
mean, that
see?
was the point, but yeah,
I don't know. Did you see Strange Darlings?
not yet. And I don't think I'll be able
No,
to watch it anymore because I don't know if it's even out anymore.
yeah, then I won't compare the two. And stuff like that. But anyway, I didn't think much of it in violent nature. So like,
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing the one that as far as affected me the most viscerally is Oddity, and that's just scary. And then I got over it once I
right.
left the theater. So
Yeah.
I'm very desensitized to violence or any kind of gore. I
Okay,
really
that's
don't
fair.
care
But like
that.
I said, the substance is not a scary movie. Psychologically, you can be scared about it, but not really. Um,
I seen Hereditary, Heredity. I'm
yeah, but
dead
see,
inside.
that's actually a scary movie. This is not
That's more.
that. This is just
I really don't care.
the
Yeah, it's not that
if you
big.
like
It's all fake.
if you're okay with needles and skin ripping apart, then substance will be okay for
That's
you.
okay. The only thing I really kind of like, I really don't like. This is like a primal horror thing. Is like when the thing where they put glass in their mouth. Like I don't appreciate
Oh
that.
yeah.
I saw what was that Evil Dead movie from the other year from the Evil
The remake?
one where the one where it's in the apartment where they put glass
Oh,
in their
that
mouth.
one, the sequel. Okay.
Yeah, and the one where they
Yeah.
kind of like slit their throat when the blood comes out. Those are the ones that. But even if I just get over it after a while. Like I said, I'll watch anything that gets kind of good buzz with social media critics coming out
Yeah.
awards theaters. I'll watch anything.
I'm hoping. I think originally the substance was only going to be out for a couple of weeks, but I think the buzz is going to help it stay on the insane theaters. Yeah.
I just didn't see it over the weekend only because when I was too cocky. I thought I'd get tickets right before I left. When I looked at the seats, it was in a small theater and it was all filled up. They get in good seats up. So I was gonna watch it sometime this week.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I think they didn't expect the turnout to be like this.
Yeah.
Because I think this could have been NC-17, honestly. If I don't know how they pulled off an R, but it feels like this could have been NC-17. Just the sheer amount of nudity and frontal nudity.
Yay!
Like I'm like they pulled off a rated R for this. That's pretty good.
All I know about the movie is it takes they take a substance obviously, and then it's like they change the body to something that fits their needs and desire. I didn't see the trailer, but that's kind of what I get from the marketing. Hopefully, it's just more than that. So we'll see. What?
I mean, you yeah. I mean, you'll watch it. So
Good times.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's it. We did it again.
That's a wrap. All right, dude.
Peace out.
Until next week. Bye.